Hello, good morning. My name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. This is part of MCU Sundays, it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe on Sunday. Please, Disney, don't sue us. This is a work of satire, parody, and an homage where we play in the sandbox of Marvel Cinematic Universe. We all pretend that we are Kevin Feige's in that we can remix and use Marvel Cinematic as well as Marvel Comics and other stuff we just thought up. Mix it all into a soup and play tabletop RPGs set in this wholly new thing that isn't wholly new because it's borrowing from the MCU very heavily. This series that we're playing is Hit the Streets, Defend the Block in the MCU, which is a little game that I wrote. And in Hit the Streets, Defend the Block, you play street level supers, heavily inspired by the Netflix Marvel series of Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and I think there were some others, but I'm not sure. The Defenders, there was like one other one, but I just can't think of it. Don't worry, you don't have to remind me. It's okay. It's good that I've forgotten it. But those series are like the bedrock, the idea of community-oriented, low-powered supers defending their block. Normally in Hit the Streets, we create whole cloth a block of our own choosing, but I decided since it's the MCU, let's set it number one in New York, and number two, let's use an extant neighborhood. And it's been pretty cool. We have chosen, by we I mean me, I told them what I wanted. It was very mean of me. I'm normally much more like, what do you guys want? But this one was like, Bushwick is where we're going. Bushwick, the neighborhood in Brooklyn. That is, as you can see from several backgrounds, very colorful. Except our Bushwick is under threat specifically by the the folks who want to make it brighter, before all of the graffiti was. There's Silvio Manfredi, who's working with a recently elected member of the Aldermans, who she is trying to raise property value by making it a much more palatable place for folks to live, and of course worrying about crime and children on the streets and all these other things. So there's been a new charter school that's opened up, the Manfredi Centers of Education. The public school kids have gotten squeezed a little bit more. They now have curfews. There's noise ordinances and a number of other things that are squeezing out what makes Bushwick special. Also, things like a particular bodega burned down. There have been literal internecine multiversal conflicts, and all the while this group has grown a good bit stronger. But are they strong enough to take down Silvio Manfredi, aka Silvermane? Because that is one of the wishes that we have to try to grant in this last scheduled session. The last session with the full group. The wishes we had were conflict with Manfredi was the number one most requested wish. So let's start at the bodega. Barracuda, you aka Malvolio Romano, you've taken over the Milieu Market, which is in the Rheingold. It is by far the most frou-frou of all bodegas in Brooklyn. You've tried to make it more authentic, I think. What's the most recent change that you've brought to Milieu Market to try to make it feel a little bit more like the kind of place you want it to be?
Barracuda has been lazy about the mopping. So there's starting to be on the edges a little bit of grime. and I replaced a whole bunch of. There was like this. There was a more like a health foods centered rack, and honestly, it just wasn't moving. So it's been replaced with just a full Frito-Lay offering of Lay's potato chips and Doritos and Cheetos, and those are flying off the shelves. So it's just been a whole lot more profitable. We're doing it on on bulk sales, no longer on margin.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Barracuda, have you hired on any other staff, or are you still the only one who's behind the counter?
Um, no, it's still just me behind the counter. There's a now hiring sign
Ooh.
that's like been laminated and has been like it's just strangely more aged than it should be for having been freshly put up. Um, but most of the applicants just simply aren't meeting my needs.
I see. No one's quite able to fit the bill. I see.
I think there's a couple times where maybe we see, just as he's stepping in to, associate with Barracuda, Olivier just kind of thumbs at like a corner of the paper of the help wanted sign.
So it's late morning, Barracuda, when the chime goes off for the door, and you see an older man enter. And you recognize him from his mustache because he's not wearing his uniform. He's out of uniform. It's Detective Nicky Ortiz. This may be the first time, or definitely the first time in a very long time, that you've seen him not in uniform. He comes in and gives you just like a quick little nod, but you see that he heads in and does like a full circuit of the store, like he's just casing it in a way. What do you do?
I let him do the circuit one time around. Is he looking like he's about to leave?
No, he's actually looking. He's looking like he's trying to check out who else is here. He's getting a lay of the store.
And you said, what was the time again of day?
It's late morning, so say it's like 10:30.
Yeah. Okay. Breakfast rush is already over. Nick, what brings you in?
He opens up one of the coolers and pulls out some kind of like viscous green health drink or something. This is I want my old lady, she says I should be taking care of myself. He looks around, and as he comes up to the counter, he's the only person here at this point. It's that post breakfast, before lunch. Maybe people will trickle in to pick up things, but for a moment, it's just the two of you. And he puts it's like, it's a thick glass bottle. It's festooned with recyclable notifications on it. How you doing, Mal?
Doing all right, Ortiz. What brings you in? I don't really think you want to drink that one.
You don't think? Does it
Yeah,
taste bad, or because it's gonna make me have the shits, or what?
it's the fiber. It's really high in fiber.
Just go right through me like. Yeah.
Unless you got that problem. Unless you need more fiber.
Yeah, so I was just gonna like pour most of it out and then let the old lady see me drinking the last bits of it or something.
All right.
Hey, listen. This new lieutenant came into the department, transferred in. He's got a real hard on for you vigilantes. So, you may want to keep a low profile for a little bit.
I don't think I get that luxury.
Yeah,
Paul Malls or the Marlboros?
Oh my God, yeah, it's my weakness. Paul Mall, but yeah, give me the filtered ones.
Here you go, you health freak.
Seriously though, just be careful, okay? What you do, I know what you do, and unfortunately, he knows too. Be careful.
Leans across. I'll be okay. You be safe, Ortiz. All right?
Yeah, well, they're only making jokes about retirement. Yeah.
Barracuda taps on the side with help wanted. If you retire.
I could pull on my pension and work a little, like 8 to 2 kind of part time here.
All the lemongrass shots you want, you old timer.
Oh my God, it's really good. All the lemongrass shots I want. Just opens it up. It does a little boom sound when he opens up the glass container. Sniffs it. Sweet Jesus, what is in this thing? It's got gloopy. Is spinach in there? Just like
it's the kombucha part.
Throw this in a blender in the back or something? Kombucha, holy shit. My God. All right. Tightens it a little bit. Yeah, Mel. Have a good day. Again, word to the wise.
Mm-hmm.
And ding, see, heads out. I think we shift gears to escape reality. I imagine that 10:30 is like opening time. I mean, when does escape reality open up?
I would say 11.
11. Cool.
Get ready for anyone who's coming in to do like a noontime corporate event or something.
Perfect. Are you there? Or do you have other people opening up? Oh man.
Yeah, I think I actually show up early because I'm used to getting up early for the bike messenger gig. And it's just like my rhythm. So I'm probably over there like trying to find something to do. There's not much of.
Is this a day that Olivier is scheduled? I think there's an I missing in Olivier's name.
Oh no.
There might be. I may have been the sleepies.
Got an eye put out.
Put out an eye. That's good. Fixed it for you.
What happened to your eye, Oliver?
Are you scheduled today, Olivier?
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Are you on time today, Olivier?
I think Olivier actually is on time. Like that's not a thing.
It's not a thing. He isn't not on time.
Here. And Dweeps is a different story. So far here, he hasn't been late. I think he's also hoping to maybe catch Johnny. And so he's on time.
Nice. Trying to catch Johnny. Would the Fantastic Four member Johnny Storm be here early in the morning? That's a fine question. Okay. I think I'm going to let the dice decide such a thing. I'm going to go to roll with me. And I'll just do do a d6. Do a die of fate. 4, 5, or 6. He is around. That's a fat one. He is not presente. What are a few of the prep things that the two of you have to take care of to get Escape Reality ready? I imagine there would have to be some shuffling around of comic book stock, but what about the escape rooms? Are there any particulars that you have to concern yourself with?
I think there's checklists to go through, but there are probably reset checklists after folks come through. So I think the beginning of the day is just like making sure that everything, like nothing happened overnight. There's not like actually too much to do there. And then, yeah, just restocking or putting out new books or rotating stuff.
Cool, cool, cool.
Mo has
so-
to clean the toilets, as has been pointed out. A very important job.
Wait, what? Who has? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Mark heard it.
Dang it! The GM didn't hear it. Tell me. Okay. Fine. I'll be ignorant of what was said. Dadgum.
Turlets.
Okay.
Find it on the rewatch.
Oh, I'm gonna stop the game. No, I will live with it. Ignorance is fine. I don't have to know all the things. I'm not that much of a completionist. Well, I could stop the game and then watch the recording for this. No, I'm not going to do that thing. Awesome. Cool. So, the pair of you are setting up, and unfortunately, Johnny is not around. And I think as your first set of customers come in and the normal workday starts to proceed, there's a point where you hear the door chime. And you know, why not, right? If I could do the thing, why not do the thing? And you see that there's a person who's coming in a motorized wheelchair. It is.
Motherfucker.
It's a visit from Charles Xavier. Now, Dynamo, would you know Professor X by sight? Do you imagine that that's a thing?
He's probably been described to me enough that, like, he's probably not using like a regular wheelchair. It's probably clear like this is Professor
will
X
say
wheelchair, right?
Olivier would have never described him.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think he's well known enough that I would have.
Oh yeah. I would
yeah,
just
yeah,
say
yeah.
I haven't heard about him from Olivier. You
Oh,
could
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
heard
yeah.
about him from elsewhere.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
not-
Yeah, I probably like don't immediately know it's him, but I'll be like, is that like seeing a famous person on the street? Is like, is that?
You just
Yeah, that could be.
you do hear that motherfucker and see Olivier just head desk onto the counter.
And I think being teammates with Olivier, it's probably did a little bit of like a little bit more like Wikipediaing of different team members. Be like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool.
And Charles, he comes in, it's a motorized wheelchair. I don't imagine that he goes around in his flying wheelchair to Brooklyn, New York, right? He's in a nice, expensive looking motorized wheelchair that he could just operate with a little joystick type deal, you know. And he comes in, he looks around and just kind of skims around, checks out the weird couch and chair setup. And Olivier feels like he's giving you a moment to approach him.
Yeah. And I think after a moment, we see him lift his head up from the head desk he has done. Deep sigh and mosey over. Can I help you with any of your selections today, sir?
He looks up at you. Well, Olivier, it's excellent to see you. Rain had said that you are doing well here.
She can say things.
Of course. She also let me know that you are rather happy. Is that true?
Are you here for something, Chuck?
Megan reached out to me. She said that you have had some trouble with a particular individual. I'm here to help.
Good old Megan. I turn and I look at Mo. You mind if I borrow the break room for 5 minutes?
Yeah, and I think once Mo realizes, like, once it like clicks, like, oh, it is him. I think she like stiffens up a little bit, like hoping he's here for you. Like, yeah, go ahead.
I think
'Cause,
Olivier.
I am a mutant and I'm not like part of the team.
Yeah, just like keep him away from me. I know he collects things.
Why is he here?
And I think Olivier will walk to the back of the wheelchair and take hold of like the hand parts that are
Yeah.
there,
He will sit back. He allows you to.
and looks. He waits for like I think approval before he will do it.
Gentle nod.
Either and then he'll push him to the break room and shut the door.
I think the break room is like bigger than it needs to be.
Oh,
Mhm.
100%.
Festooned with various pictures of Johnny shaking hands with or posing with celebrities or politicians or sports figures. It's just
There's gotta be a mini fridge stocked with Johnny Storm branded energy drinks.
Yeah.
oh
Just
my god,
spray.
yes. Yes.
Spray.
Yes. Fireballs, right?
Fireballs, yeah, fireballs, energy drinks
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure.
that are just there for you
As much as you want.
as much as you want.
It's like dweebs, but with energy drinks.
Like a cinnamon Red Bull.
Wow.
Oh God, feed the flames. It's so good. Our mid-game star grade. Okay, yeah, so I think he will push Chuck into the room, shut the door behind him.
You're aware that I don't enjoy the nickname Chuck.
You're aware that your lack of enjoyment brings me delight, right?
Yes. Yes, I am.
You taught me that word. That German lesson. Schadenfreude?
Technically, Schadenfreude is taking delight in the misfortune of others that you personally did not cause. So this is technically not Schadenfreude. You're just being an ass.
And yet you came.
I came because you needed me, Olivier. Because if it's between your father or me, I know that you would more readily accept my help than his. Or am I wrong?
Are you ever wrong?
Yes.
That's a little surprising. I think he's kind of surprised to hear Professor Xavier admit that. Why would he come here?
Because you're in trouble. Because you might need him.
And I think Olivier just drops himself to his knees, kind of in front of Chuck, and is just like, just get it over with.
Very well. He reaches his old, slightly gnarled hands out. And of course, they're like old, slightly gnarled, but perfectly manicured.
Soft. They have definitely been moisturized.
They are very soft. And he places his hands on either side of your face. I need you to think about what Megan has revealed. And then I'm going to dive in to discover what was taken from you. Olivier, it's important to me that I have your permission.
I didn't realize that was something you ever needed.
Well, for this specific dive, yes. Superficial thoughts are, well, it's not like I can help but read them, such as your manager? She's a mutant, I believe. Is that
Leave her
correct?
out of this. She doesn't need to be
She
met.
doesn't need to be mentored or guided. No?
No, she's got her own direction.
No, let's focus on you.
And I think like Olivier almost can't help the fact that the tension kind of bleeds out of him a bit, that he's like strung himself up in when he's in Charles' hands. Like it's somewhere that he involuntarily deems as safe. Just from growing up with him and the whole shebang. And he takes a deep breath and shutters his heterochromatic eyes shut. And we see like the vivid colors in the comic splash. And at first there's just darkness, and then he tries to picture that faith that Megan had shown him and the end of him walking out with Johnny Storm.
Charles appears in your memories, walking, because in his mind's eye, he is unfettered. He is able to walk. He glows a bit. Perhaps it's an affectation, or perhaps it is a representation in your mind of his power. And he guides you to that night when you, Wildcard, and Johnny Storm playing it up at the party, and then leaving the party together, heading out, Johnny buying a few drinks for you and you recognize the bar. It's in Bushwick. You're approached by a man that at first looks normal, but the image shifts into that Mr. Negative that you had named very correctly. And you feel your mind in the memory slip away as he, Mr. Negative, tells both you and Johnny that he has a very special opportunity for you. Over the course of the next few hours, both you and Johnny Storm head to Manhattan, and with brutal efficiency, you take down several, well, one might think of it as crime fighting, except that the burning of the drug houses and the money counting area and all of the people inside is more along the lines of what the Punisher would do. There's a secret thrill that Mr. Negative instills in the two of you. And then, after a few hours, you both head back to your place, meet Mr. Negative there, and he pulls all of that from your mind, erasing it, keeping it squeaky clean for you. Then you wake up the next morning and awkwardly you and Johnny tell each other it was a good time and you don't really ask questions. Johnny's not great at asking questions anyway.
Sometimes it's easier not to.
Indeed. It seems that you've been used.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No. Did you have any contact with this Mr. Negative before?
You want to check? I certainly don't remember.
Yes. And he searches through your memories. I don't see any other interaction. I wonder why. Why would he choose you now? Were you just a happenstance? Is he actually after Johnny? Could it be related to your father or your sister? What do you think?
And I think Olivier's first thought is that it's probably Johnny. He just happened to have been the one that made Johnny Storm an easier target by getting him drunk and putting him in a position of weakness.
Hmm.
Who would come for Olivier of all people? Is what he probably thinks in his own head that Chuck probably hears. He doesn't voice it, but
You know what I'm going to recommend, which is that you come back with me where we can keep you safe until we can investigate this further.
and I think, Chuck's in his head, so there's a deep thrum of a line of thought that's just, wouldn't that be so easy though, to just give it all up, to go back home and lead the Gen X, and his mind flashes at first to like Cyclops and just be for lack of a better word, be a good boy. Just be a Scott Summers and say yes. And then he kind of, he's sort of this position, he's kneeled sort of in supplication, head against Chuck's knees, and that line of thread thought, and then he blinks his eyes open and shakes his head and says, and you know that I'm never going to say yes to that.
Yes, I do. But I had to ask. I had to offer.
You've got hundreds of children soldiers at your little Wonderland Ranch, Chuck. Why do you keep coming for me?
As I said, I've made some mistakes. You're entirely sure that Monique is not interested? Should I not offer to her the opportunity to learn more about her people and her powers? You want me to not offer that, to relieve her of the choice?
I think you'd be wasting your breath,
You
Chuck.
think that? I see.
But you're a free man. When has any of our thoughts ever stopped you from doing what you want to do?
I look forward to the day when you come to understand all that I've done.
I know you've done a lot. You've sacrificed a lot for the greater good, for the betterment of a homo superior kind. Blech. Ugh. Just because you decided to be a martyr doesn't mean that you get a free scratch for everything else you've done.
Well, good luck with your regular life. And if ever you need me again, of course, I will be at your disposal, Olivier. And with that, he will reach for his little joystick thing and back up, and the door just opens up because he looks at it, and he'll skim out of there and come right up. Like, he reaches over to a couple of the racks and he picks up some like Kate Bishop Hawkeye comics. He brings it, puts it on the counter, like reaches up to put it on the counter.
Bring it up.
Monique, is it?
Chuck, is it?
No, no, it isn't. Charles is fine.
Charles, then.
Do you have interest in learning more about your people? Perhaps more about yourself?
I know who my people are.
Who are your people, then? Seems we are talking about two different things.
Are we?
Ah, I'm not sure what you and Olivier have spoken about.
I've literally never brought you up to her.
I think Monique does
Produces like a
burst
little
out laughing.
a super expensive, like gold embossed card, and he slides it across, and his, Xavier Academy for Gifted Youngsters, and has the address.
Take it and put it in the cash register.
Good day.
It is.
You have to pay for those.
I charged him. Don't worry about it.
Nice. You have to pay for this. That's funny. Cool.
As far as I know, I did.
Oh, and that's free. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, let's pick up with
real quick.
Yes.
Just right as Chuck is like wheeling out, he hears in his head, "I told you she wouldn't be interested in."
Gloating is very unattractive.
My face is very attractive. I distinctly know that as a fact. By Chuck.
So, did you guys do you two want to have like an after Charles is left? That would be great.
Yeah. Let's have a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think at when he's out of range for sure, as far as I know. Yeah, that's why I go to Olivier. It's I'm not saying anything about your little cue ball friend there, but what exactly does he mean, my people?
Oh, he means other mutants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he? I mean, you'd probably know, or maybe not, because your parents. He's got something where he goes and finds other mutants, right?
hmm Yeah, he does.
So I guess there's two questions. Does he, like, how much does he look into people before going to talk to them?
Depends on goals or how scrupulous he's feeling in a moment.
And
Why
I
do you?
guess I'm wondering why he's never come to me before, especially me knowing you.
Do you want an honest answer or a feel good answer?
Honest answer always.
Speedsters are a dime a dozen. You know, there's, and not to be unkind, you're no Pietro Maximoff.
That's true. That's true. I'm not.
Yeah.
That's okay. I make up for it in other areas.
No, listen, Mo, I think you're great. And his face twists at giving such like a weird little compliment.
Oh yeah, I don't care what he thinks of me. I was just curious.
Besides, he has enough toys at this point for his island of misfits.
Hmm.
Well, actually, Island of Misfits more his weird, not boyfriends thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. But yeah.
How are you doing?
I know what happened that night where I didn't.
Oh, did you and Johnny
No. We burned down parts of Manhattan and were the unleashed hounds of a psychopath
oh my God.
for drugs. We burned down drug houses.
Uh,
There may have been people inside. And there's like a sort of like distancing tonal loss as he says the actions he has done.
yeah. And yeah, Dynamo goes to like take his hands, making sure that that's okay first.
He's wearing his gloves, so it's,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just like she like looks him in the eyes. It's like, are you okay after that?
Compartmentalization is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but
Need to let Johnny know. I'm sure he's not gonna do great about that.
yeah, Johnny doesn't seem like the compartmentalization type.
But I've got a Mr. Negative to find. I already knew that before, Chuck. Just putting that out there. But yeah, wouldn't
right.
be the first time someone's made me do things I wouldn't want to.
Well, if you need anything, let me know.
And there's a pause. You've been real good to Megan. Just keep doing that.
All right.
But also, is there like his? Actually, no. He wouldn't ask for this. He has Johnny's number. Why would he need to ask for it? Yeah. Yeah. Never mind.
Johnny's like, oh, here you go. Like he has cards. He wouldn't have business cards. He would just give out his Insta and his X handle. And
as like the manager owner, we have his contact information. I'm sure.
Mhm.
But I think Olivier just has his
Yeah.
contact information.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so he wouldn't need to ask. So I think he says, if you could mind the store for 2 seconds so I can let Johnny know what's happened.
Yeah, whatever you need.
And like part of him wants to immediately be like, whiskey. I need whiskey. Thanks. Honey.
Anytime. You know, you don't have to compartmentalize with me, right?
More of a habit than a choice. One I've been working on.
Well, let me know if you need help breaking that habit.
You're too good to me, Cher. I think he sort of lets go of her hands, pulls himself upright. Let's get this done.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna open up the phone and dial Johnny on speaker.
Nice.
Nice.
I think we cut away from that scene to I really want to jump into a scene with Jeff, and we haven't seen you at the cat rescue in a while. So that is where I'd like to jump into if you're good with that, Sherry.
That sounds great.
Amazing. Cool. So do you think you're at the rescue, or are you out at one of the like adoption things? Where do we pick up? I definitely want Gigi in the scene, but I'm really flexible about the placement.
Oh, I like the adoption thing. I think that sounds great. So maybe out at the park.
Ooh, Maria Hernandez Park. We can see the like still
Exactly.
they filled in some of the cracked pavement from the previous fight, and maybe there's a crane that's currently lifting up a new fountain, because remember the fountain got smashed up, and the fountain oh god, is it like a statue of someone? Ooh, who would it be?
Is it one of the Brooklyn or one of the
Brooklyn
Bushwick's
Best?
Yeah.
Bushwick's Best? Oh yeah. Who would it be? Is it Black Cat?
Is it
Or is
Hammer
it
Bro?
Blackwing?
What?
Oh
they,
man.
It's Hammer Bro. Yeah.
It's been defaced.
It's a memorial.
Hammer Bro.
Yep.
A memorial to Hammer
Memorial
Bro.
Park.
That's amazing. And he has the hammer, right? So they like, you know, they're erecting this fountain, and I think what does the water come out? Does it come out of the hammer,
Oh, that's a great question.
or is it just
Um,
water that like fans out behind him in this weird
Oh,
heroic
maybe
pose?
he's holding the hammer up and it comes out of the
yeah,
hammer.
for sure. And
Yeah.
it comes out of the hammer, the different parts of the chain hammer. That sounds great. Yes. So
yeah,
that's
there's nothing particularly tranquil about this particular fountain. So that's
No, no, it's ostentatious and ugly. Yeah, that's great.
and funded by Gordon, one assumes.
Mm-hmm. You know, dweebs.
It's a little brass plaque on it.
Yep. Yep. This person is like drilling in the plaque into the. They're using a concrete bit in their drill to like put in the breastplate, and yeah, a few drones like hover by as you are currently. I imagine you've got like for the adoption areas, you guys have set up like almost the baby gate type deal,
Mhm.
but of course some cats are gonna like try to climb over it, so you always have to be mindful of that. And oh, what were we like in fall? I can't remember what our season was. I feel bad.
We were in summer, so we probably are easing into fall.
Easing into fall, so people are wearing light jackets. It's a little brisk, you know. It's in the 60s, but still sunny out, and you see some more.
Like the ground was cold from overnight, but the sun will get warm. But yeah,
There we go. Yeah, yeah. And Gigi's there. When Janice asked what you were up to and knows this, and she said, "Well, I could come can I come and help? I could totally help. I am allergic to cats, but it's okay. I could just take lots of medicine.
And I think goes, no, your allergies will just get worse.
But it's outdoors. As long as I don't get scratched, everything will be okay. Well, I don't want to horn in on your thing. I have work. I have stuff. It's good. I don't have to come. I
Let's
feel
meet for lunch.
okay.
Because if you don't, I won't take a break. So
That's how I'm helping. Cool. Okay.
and he sort of stops and he goes, it's just kittens can't help it. They'll scratch you no matter what because they have no claw control.
No claw
So-
control.
None.
Okay. Okay, good. I felt like I was entering like a little like overstep territory there, but that's cool. I'm
just worried. I've seen how people's cat allergies
oh,
progress.
and my face swells up and
I
like
know.
I can't stop crying and I'm just like a snot machine. It's really bad.
Yes, see, you don't need that in your life. I'm just glad that Mr. Muffin doesn't make you react that way.
I am, yes, also glad. And the special filtration systems I put in the apartment are helping
make sure,
a lot.
yes.
Yes. Okay, we'll see you at lunch.
Thank you.
So, Gigi is elated to have you there. I think it's a banner day. Lots of people are, they have the whole like settle into winter with a pet. Definitely what this time you can spend out of doors, and then when it gets cold, you'll have a furry friend to keep you warm. Kind of bit that she's going is families are coming in, and a lot of kids will check out the kittens, and I think there are a few of the older cats that are in some stand-up cage type deals.
Yeah, the special care cats, or the ones that like can only have other pets. So all of the ones with the little warning signs and everything. So you're getting a very special little guy. But yeah, I think Jeff mostly spends the day showing the kids how to hold kittens, if that makes any sense. So,
Oh man, that's so cool. And I think there's a moment when you look up. I don't think there is. There's a moment when you look up. You've just had like this one kid is just crying while they hold this little calico. Like so, when it reaches up and kind of claws their neck, and they just, but it's okay. They're still into it. You look up and you recognize Grandma Lola. You remember her from the fight here. This is her favorite place to go. She's checking out a couple of the special needs cats. Just.
And I sort of stand up and I go, you're Lola, right?
Yes.
Monique's grandmother.
Yes, I've seen you with Monique. I do recognize you now.
Yeah. And sort of stops again. Cool. Are you considering a senior cat?
I would love to. I just need to make sure that I have a home for them to come back to. That's all. I'm sorry, that's overly dramatic. It's nice seeing what you're doing for everyone.
And I think Jeff sort of stops and says, if you want to, I can put a note to hold one of these for you when you decide, when you know.
And she'll point to one that is like, great cat, do not have around other animals, list of things that cat will do around children and other animals. And I don't want to deprive him of a home, but I'd love to be on a list and I can just reach back out and ask if he's still available.
We have exactly that list.
Thank you. Thank you. And she'll go and she like fills out her little information, and then when it comes to filling out the address on the form, she pauses for a moment and then writes down the address where they're currently living.
Yeah, I'm kind of like standing there awkwardly because it's one of those things that I'm not sure how we're going to handle.
And she puts the mobile number in and then puts a little note like prefer mobile contact.
And I say, thank you. And sort of stop and say, Monique is working on that. I think it'd be okay.
I'm sure. I pray about it. He'll provide. If something will work out. I just hope we don't end up in Jersey.
I understand. And then I have to leap back into the thing with the kittens and the kids. 'Cause
Yep.
It's gotten a little bit so there.
And when you look back again, Lola's gone. You know,
Okay.
she's moved on. We'll like jump cut to lunch, and is it at the same place where you get the Italian espresso?
Oh yeah,
That's like your place.
It's like our fallback, yeah.
And
So,
when you get there, she's already ordered exactly what you get.
mhm.
And also there's a dessert in the middle with 2 forks, and she's kind of just like bouncing a little bit excitedly for when you come in. She says, okay, 3J, eat first, but we need to talk about something. Something.
Okay, I'm
Yes.
ready.
No, you should eat because it might, I don't know. It's not great. We're good. We're good. I just got a thing, and I need to show you. We need to talk about how we want to handle it, and then we'll handle it.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
Okay, just work stuff. Let's just eat, and she'll dig into her little salad, and you guys have some like regular conversation until finally you're to the point of dessert. And what is the Italian? Is it like tiramisu or is
Ooh,
it?
tiramisu. That's
Yeah.
this time of the day. This is like serious luxury. Yes.
You got the little lady fingers and a little
Yes,
dusting of chocolate on the
exactly.
top. And there's a couple biscotti on the sides, right? You can crunch with if you want. And she drinks a little bit of her coffee, and it seems like dessert is where she's decided. It's just, I think it's from my dad, but he went out of his way to make sure that it didn't come directly from him. But he sent me a video. I'm pretty sure that it's a dummy account that, it's whatever. Okay, so yeah, I'll just let you watch it. And she takes her phone out, and it's got a little pop socket thing, because I imagine she thinks that's incredibly useful. Why would you not have a pop socket? So she pops out the little pop socket thing and hands you her it's super useful. Why would you not have a pop socket?
Exactly.
And
It
she'll hand
works
you
on
her.
her phone because her phone's very cute. It's got the cutest case, and then she got the cutest pop socket in.
Nice.
You
Do you
know,
think
it's-
she's like a Hello Kitty kind of?
No,
cute
she's
case, or a-
hipper than Hello Kitty. Like Hello Kitty is someone else's corporate thing. She does her own thing. She's like made a custom case, and it's like her own little character.
Yeah, she
and
3D printed her own thing
Yeah,
with like its
exactly.
own pop socket that's got a couple extra. She hands you the AirPods, and you see that it's like 15 minutes long.
Mhm.
It's obviously filmed in low light, someone holding their phone up, and you see that it is a pretty nice large dinner, tables all separated, and you hear the clinking of forks on plates, and then there's a little lectern and white tablecloth, long table, and you see that You see that Ms. Gutierrez, Caroline Gutierrez, the alderman, is seated at the head of the table. Silvermane is also there, and you recognize Bruno Carmacci and also Gordon, just Gordon. They're all at the head of the table, and you see that there's a guy who's in like full police regalia. He's got a number of ribbons and the like, and people are eating, and it's a really nice setup. You see, like, there's a lobster half shell that's been torn through by someone near there. But the video picks up just like 30 seconds before Silvio Manfredi stands up. Or, no, I'm sorry, Carlene would introduce him. She does a quick introduction, and she says, well, she makes a couple jokes about the $1,000 a plate fundraiser for her next campaign and how thankful she is. And then she glowingly talks about Silvio Manfredi for helping to forge a new path for Bushwick and making Bushwick even more profitable, a better place to live, safer. And then there's polite applause, and Silvio comes to stand up, and he gives a speech about hearkening back to, he tells the story of Brooklyn and how it originally was named for this group of Swedish folks, and it was his own town for the longest time. And then he talks about how it eventually melded to Bushwick, and that there were several generational influxes of different immigrants, and how it gave the place much more character. But the way he says characters sounds like a slight. And that's just the first dog whistle that he throws out. He then proceeds into all the like rising crime, and he even talks about a few of the particular bits of graffiti that are artistic, but is that a thing your kids want to see? And he just starts to tear down pieces of Bushwick that is the real flavor of what makes Bushwick special, as threats to safety, threats to family, threats to children. And the speech is pretty well constructed, like red meat to a MAGA audience. And the camera, like the person with their phone, they're like very subtly just swing around. You see a few people that you recognize, but a good number of older folks that you don't recognize. Maybe they don't get out onto the streets, or perhaps they're infrequent, like they have multiple houses kind of deal. And Silvio lays out that another threat to Bushwick is these costume vigilantes. And he calls out specifically, he says, like, your very own bodega milieu, run by a man who calls himself Barracuda. And then there's a little picture that comes up on the screen behind him of Malvolio. He says, his bodega burned down, and now he's running Reingold's bodega. Now, I don't know, maybe I'm just a little too suspicious, but how exactly did that happen? This is a guy who's, well, and then you see a few pictures of Barracuda involved in some of the adventures you guys have had. There's some, it's like shot smartly with phone and ATM camera and traffic cams, and it's cut just right to show him using magic or doing things that are supernatural. And he says, so this bodega burns down. Understanding is that, of course, people have insured their bodegas, and now he's running the milieu where he's near us? Is that something that you're comfortable with? And then there's escape reality and Johnny Storm and pictures of Monique as well as Olivier and who even funded this? Oh, the Future Foundation. Yeah, a bunch of eugenists. Yeah, that sounds great. And he runs down a few, just here's the things that are wrong with escape reality and all this money from outside that Brooklyn needs to be built up from people who were here, right? Even though he's a little bit more of a recent returnee to Brooklyn. He doesn't touch anything along the lines of the cat rescue, luckily. But he then turns to Bushwick's Best and shows a couple gory images of the people that were murdered at the clubs and points out that these were clubs that were protected by Bushwick's Best, who have taken your money, try to protect us. It doesn't seem like they're doing a very good job. And that's where Gordon kind of shrinks a little bit. He says, my own son has told me that they're hostile in the game. And I'm a little disappointed in that. And I've told him, it's your decision, it's your life. But son, I got to tell you, I think Bushwick needs to take care of their own. Maybe we don't need these outsiders. I mean, and there's a picture of Megan that pops up. Did you know that she's involved with the X-Men? Those mutants? And there's a bit of a people who are surprised and a few exclamations. Yeah, that's right. And he uses a lot of coded language for mutants that would dance on some of our safety things. So we'll just elide any of that. But this 15 minutes is just a long listing of the grievances against all the things that he doesn't approve of about Bushwick. And the audience is eating it up. And then he introduces Detective or Lieutenant Luis Salazar. And Luis Salazar comes up to the mic, and you can see there's just like a couple minutes left. And maybe this got cut short, you're not sure. But Salazar talks about his new AmeriCops program that, with the help of Caroline Gutierrez, they'll be bringing online. New from Hammer Industries, the kind of armament and technology that will keep our streets safe without having to rely on paid for costume vigilantes or costume folks running across. And then they show a picture of like Firestar and Iceman, it's this AmeriCops thing. Rich will show a picture of the Hammer Industries prototype very quickly here. Just a moment. I apologize. I had closed that picture down, but just so we know, the nice fascist imagery that is being used in the AmeriCops program. Come on, there we go. Yeah, this picture's about right. Come on, bigger, get bigger. The AmeriCops program brought to you by Hammer Industries. Shing, it's like a hammer comes across. And then it just cuts off, like boom, like someone grabbed the phone or they quickly put it away. And Janice is like, she's been leaning and watching you the whole time as you watch it.
Yeah, and I think Jeff's mouth has gone from grim to grimmer to like literally, like his eyes are all narrowed, and he's like, you can tell he's almost trying to wrap his head around how people could get this far along. Like he's like going, he sets the phone down and he goes, well, goddamn. And, and oh man. Just,
this could go viral. With the right kind of push from the right people, it could go viral and it could really expose what he's after. But what if there are a lot of people who want this? 3J.
There's always people who want to point at someone else for the reason things aren't perfect for them, for what's holding them down.
Do we bury
For their
this?
discomfort.
Do we just get ourselves ready? What do you think we should?
The very least that we do is we make sure that Bushwick's best sees it. We make sure that the rest of the crew see this. He goes, who else? God, it's so dangerous. I don't know, but we'll find someone who's smarter about these things than I am, okay?
Okay.
He goes, and that's Anaya.
Sure, I can send it to Zanaya.
How about if we both go and visit?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Do we want to let your people know?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Should we get everyone together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll flip out my flip phone. Never occurs to me to use her phone. I will message everyone.
Yeah, there's a moment where she looks at the flip phone and she's like, oh, I hate that thing. I gotta get rid of it. I need to break it.
It can't be broken.
It's powered by plot. Cool. Let's have you, we'll chat with Barracuda. If you could reach out to Barracuda, and then we'll jump back to the conversation with Johnny.
Hold on. It's on speaker again. Hey, Jeff.
Like,
What you-
Barracuda, I was just sending a message. We don't have to talk. There's a, we're going to meet up. And he goes, I volunteered Zanaya's apartment.
I'll head upstairs.
Okay, don't get there too soon because you'll be the first person. She might not have gotten the text yet. Okay.
All right. See you upstairs.
Cool.
And that is it. Is that I'm calling Zanaya just to make sure that that I can talk to her before people start showing up.
Yeah. Oh, sure. I'll totally host it. The old man's coming? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'd probably be the first one there.
Oh my God. Okay. No problem. Okay, great. I'm gonna clean up.
Sorry.
You're not gonna like announce anything. You're not gonna propose to me or anything, are you three? Jeff?
No proposals.
Okay,
No
good.
proposals
good,
at all
good,
today.
good. Whew. Okay, cool. Not that, but okay, all right. Okay. Click. So we'll cut past the wild card revealing to Johnny Storm that he has been party to very serious crimes, and his reaction is, I gotta talk to Sue. Oh man. This is really bad. I think I have to turn myself in.
Does that mean I have to also?
I'm gonna go with no. Yeah, I mean, the way you described it, it sounds like it was mostly burning, and that's me. So they'd probably be coming.
To be fair, I could have been burning also because I could have taken burning like from you.
I'm gonna
With you.
pretend I didn't hear that, and I'm definitely not gonna tell Sue. Whew, this is sucky, Mr. Negative. Okay, we probably maybe should have talked about things.
We probably should have just
Yeah.
talked about the fact that we both
Yeah,
remember things.
I really did think I was just drunk.
I thought we slept together.
Yeah, me too. Um, I'm gonna take care of this.
Mm-hmm. Should.
You should just lay low or something.
So
How's
you
the
don't-
store? Is it doing okay?
Yeah, we've had a couple sales.
Great.
Someone's in the room right now.
Awesome. Oh man. I love that. I love the escape room. It's good stuff. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later, Olivier. Don't call me for a little bit. I'll keep you updated. Probably good if I just go talk to Sue.
All right. Sorry. It's kind of my fault.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, weird stuff happens to me all the time.
I mean, yeah, weird stuff happens to me all the time. It's kind of par for the course, but at least on this turn, I'm the one who brought you somewhere and got you inebriated and, you know, brought you somewhere else more inebriated.
Okay. Yeah, I should yeah. Okay. Great. Take care of the store. See ya.
Bye.
Looking at time before we have the group meet. Let's take our bio. Barracuda, you're the first one there, even though you waited for the others. Sanaya is freaking out and doing this like rage cleaning thing going on, and she asks you if you have any cantrips. Do you have any cantrips for like creating a crudité or vacuuming?
Why? Why would you need that?
Because you people are coming over,
Oh, wow.
your whole team, and I
No,
don't want to look
why would you
bad.
need that spell?
Because I've been a little goblin-ish lately. I'll just put everything in one room, and she runs off and leaves the door.
She's a goblin. I didn't think she was a goblin.
Nice. And then the rest of you come filtering in, and Zanaya, I think at some point she texted you, Jeff, to say, should I invite my team, or is this a you team thing, or oh, you didn't unmute.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I think he texts already invited, but go ahead so they know. And then also he sends a link to the video and he goes, it's about this.
She says, okay, I'll check that out later. Got to clean. Yes, that's right. By the way, I got an internet connection is unstable note. So if I start to disappear on you, I apologize. I'll try not to. As if my will would change the internet.
Concentrate.
Cool. Olivier and Monique would arrive simultaneous, and I think the last person to arrive is Black Cat, like drops onto the balcony out of I don't know where, and just opens up the sliding glass door. And she didn't know not to, so just before Black Cat comes in, there's a knock at the door, and it's Blackwing, Joseph Manfredi. He comes in, he's like, Z, Them?
Are we quite sure that it's acceptable for him to be here, considering recent speeches?
What the hell are you
Um,
talking about?
I mean, he included him in the speech, so
Oh, but he said his poor baby boy is being led astray.
yeah, I think he deserves
Oh.
to know.
Whatever you guys are talking about, just a little bit of that. Bunch of also rans. And they all head down and take a seat. And Black Cat like sits, on her knees by him and just kind of snuggles in.
Hey, Blackwing, where's Super Mario?
On patrol.
Is that a thing? I think Wildcard kind of points at Black Cat nestled against him. It's like a thing.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's our whole answer is.
Hmm.
So, other thing is that I probably Janice is here too.
Yeah, I think she is.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about. Because do
Um,
you arrive with Janice? I
yes.
imagine.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Zanaya does the whole like nervous. What does this mean? Oh, I'm so put upon. But she doesn't confront you over it.
Yeah,
She just,
and I pull her over and I go, listen, did you look at that link? I need you to look at it. You're the best at figuring out what's going to happen if it goes up and where best to put things for a particular spin.
I've just been trying to get everything ready. I was not
I'll
prepared
take
for
care
a
of
meeting.
that. I'll take care of that. Don't worry
Oh, you're so good at cleaning.
about it. And I will kind of like walk through and pick up all the bits that she's missed. And like you don't even notice. He just sort of whips through the room. So
I guess Janice would say, okay, everyone who just if we're gonna send you, oh, maybe we should. Do you have a bigger? Do you have a? Is there a screen where we could just all watch it together? Or Megan looks to you, Mo. What's going on?
Yeah, can we put it on the screen so everyone can see?
Cool. So, bam.
Yeah.
I imagine that Zanai would be the kind of person with the screen that comes down because
drop
she doesn't want a
down.
big TV dominating the space. She wants conversation. That's why she has a conversation pit. So there's a moment where she has to find the remote because she doesn't watch TV. It's just not really a thing that interests her so much. I mean, TikTok, yes, YouTube sometimes, Twitch occasionally, but like TV, no. Plays a so last century. And eventually she finds the remote and like comes down and you guys are able to figure out how to get the thing, and it's way beyond you, Paracuda, but somehow they make stuff go from the phone to the screen. And
Sorcery.
you watch it, and there's a point where like Joseph Manfredi, Blackwing, he goes from, okay, none of this surprises me, until his dad calls him out, and then his face just tightens a little bit, and Black Cat looks at him like, oh, this is good. I can't wait to see how this goes. She's very excited by Silvio throwing his own son under the bus. Yes, she pretty much is the eating popcorn emoji. She delights in this. She's a very vicious individual. And then eventually it comes to the announcement of the AmeriCops, and Megan's like, this reminds me of the Sentinels. And then it's over.
and I think this Jeff kind of goes, I just figure we all need to see this and we all need to understand what it is if we're going to take any steps, what those are. And I look at Zanaya and I say, should we upload it? And if so, where?
I think people need to know about what, not even worrying about what threats he is to us, but what he really thinks of Bushwick. There were a few hundred people at that dinner, and it was pretty obvious that they agree with him. They obviously have lots of money.
I mean, unfortunately, I think you're going to find a lot of people agree with him.
But not most of the people.
Hopefully.
Megan says, I knew running a super team would have problems, and I knew that there would be people who wouldn't agree with this, but I thought starting with the top and buying into their bullshit would at least give us some cover to do real good.
You didn't buy in. You were bought.
Okay, well, tomato, tomato, but yeah, I hear you.
Buying in implies that you have a say in things, that you're part of it. They used you. And now that they're done with you, they're throwing in the trash with the rest of us.
I think I kind of look at Blackwing and I go, I don't know, what's your take on this?
I didn't think Dad would go this far, really. Some of it I'm not surprised. Some of it he's right. Let's be honest.
Well, we can have that debate. Maybe not right now.
Sure. I just don't know why you lump me in with you people.
Because you're working with us?
Yeah. I thought you wanted that. Yeah.
Do you
What do you
always
want?
just do what you think you're? Yep.
It doesn't suck doing this. Megan says,
That
"Oh,
work.
I'm glad it doesn't suck. I'm glad to hear protecting people doesn't suck for you. That's good to know. It's definitely a thing that we should have talked about in your interview." Whatever, just being honest.
Malvolio, do you have any history with this guy? Can you? I mean, you probably can't talk to him, but do you have any pull with him at all?
Man, Freddie and I we go back. I can't say we're exactly on easy speaking terms. Greg's bad memory. I have had a scene with Silvermane, and he offered me something.
Oh man, that's
Uh.
Rich does not remember that.
Okay.
I'm sure he did, but don't feel like it was vital
It was
for us
like
to remember.
yeah. Okay. All right.
It wasn't a clue to future things. It was just a bribe.
Yeah. It was something about the bodega. Like he was gonna. It was vaguely a protection racket thing. Okay. Joseph, could you call him out publicly?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
I think the question is less of a could and more of a would.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay, yeah. What do you want me to say? He's
What
not
do
an easy
you
man to
want to say?
please, so
What do you want to say?
Skiki isn't so bad. People aren't that bad, mostly. Monique notwithstanding, I still hate you.
Can I just like flick a card at his forehead?
You can.
Yeah. I flick a card at his forehead. It's a joke card.
Joseph, are you a hero for the people of Bushwick? Or are you just here for the money? Because if you're just here for the money, you can leave.
He looks around. I'm out. And he stands up and he looks down. Felicia, you coming? Not with you. And he'll angrily storm out, slam the door like real hard.
Can we get a repeat
Give
attempt?
Castlevania my regards.
I want to throw another card, but this time I actually want to again try and get at the back of his clothing and show his boxers or something.
Sure, let's put it to a roll. We haven't had any rolls yet, so let's hit mechanics. If you want to try to embarrass him, I think he is wary because you've tried this. So let's call this a good difficulty. I don't think tension's involved in the roll.
No tension. Yeah. I think this is a wild card thing to do.
Sure.
Is this super or normal?
I mean, you're using your powers, so it feels like super.
Yeah, 4. Let's see. What is this? I think this might be. Is this jaw? Or is it heart?
But you're throwing a card to take down his pants. How would it be?
That is true. I guess I was thinking it's more like almost like petty intimidation, kind of like less intimidation, maybe like petty jealousy, like kind of things. But you're right, it's probably hands because I was thinking more of the motivation, and I should have been thinking of the actions. You're right. So hands probably. Not that any of this matters because they're all 3. Well, I mean,
they're all 3. Why are we arguing?
Yeah, it's hands. So that's 7. This is highly trained.
Yeah.
So that's yeah, so I think that's what, 8 dice in total, or
sounds like it.
Yeah, 8 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, you deftly toss a card that just happens to another joker. It just happens to pants him, and he's.
Oh, I don't want to pants him. I want it to like cut through the material.
Cut through the material. To do what?
To reveal and also embarrass.
Okay, that's what I meant. So I was
trying. Oh, you said pants, so I thought it made the pants go down.
Oh, you're saying you want to destroy the pants?
Yes, I want him to not be able to easily pull them back up and walk out. This man must
They're
walk
destroyed
out with his boxers showing.
Okay.
As he is being an ass, he must show his ass.
I see. Yes, then that is the thing that happens. With the dice have told us that you're very successful at destroying his pants. And
I think Wildcard's very good at destroying pants.
I think that gets some laughter, definitely from Felicia more than anyone. And then Felicia will head to exit herself.
Quick question. What is the pattern on the boxers?
Oh man, I think
Are
it's a Minions themed boxers.
Yeah.
nice?
Seems like a thing you would find amusing. The Minions are funny. What? Shut up.
Barracuda's gonna get in between Black Cat and the window, right? I'm assuming she's leaving through the window.
Of course she's leaving through the window.
Just, where are you going?
Leaving? Probably heading back to Manhattan. Seems like if I step out, I'm no longer part of the team, right? Megan says, yeah, pretty much. Okay. I guess this is my 2-minute notice. Are you gonna magically make me stay, or
No,
are you gonna take my clothes?
no.
Okay. Well, good luck.
We won't need luck. So I guess we won't need you.
She'll reach up and kind of run her hand along your cheek there. I bet you were a looker back in the day. And then she turns and sachets out, vaults from couple down, couple balconies, boom, 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 and then disappears.
So Felicia's kind of got a point. Not in the way. Can we just make Silvermane change his mind? I mean, I can't. I mean, I might be able to, but it would require a lot more punching. Is that something that we're okay doing if that's a thing?
Well, Megan says, point of fact, no, he's not totally human anymore, so can't really make him change his mind. Oh, what's that nerdy thing, Olivier? The space trek thing? It's more machine than man thing that you fucking quoted me. That.
Well, you guys know that. How do you know that?
I tried.
No. How can
About
we
the-
reveal that to the public?
Oh.
Wild card could cut his clothes off, I guess.
Yeah, I could cut his clothes off the cards. Or if he were to be put in a position where he needs to fight back, I'm sure he wouldn't hold back. Expose himself.
Now, I just want to preface that whatever I'm about to say, I learned everything I know about social media from Jeff. What if we put out the video with a call to action, but this time not for adopting cats, but putting a date and a time for Silvermane to come out, and we'll see who's better. This ragtag group of misfits, as he maybe the best thing he called us, or his cop bots.
Like a cage match.
I don't want to fight cop bots. I want to fight him.
Yeah, I do kind of want to punch the old man. And yeah, getting to him before the cop bots show up. Not that I don't think we can't take him, but easier the better.
Okay, then replace what I said about cop bots with Silvermane.
Yeah, for it. Totally for it.
Okay.
Jeff, do you think that would work?
I think we'd have to ask for a meeting. Like a public meeting, or I don't want the public around. It'll get dangerous. But you can't ask someone who appears to be just a guy to meet with a bunch of supers.
Yeah.
I mean, why not if he's called us out?
He's called us out, but we're calling him out, but we can't make him come out as whatever Robo Silvermane is called. But we can have a meeting and we can try to push him to pull it out, to come at us.
I think Dynamo will be really good at that.
You know, I have a few talents. That might be one of them.
I mean, you're also native to Bushwick, and I think you can speak from, a perspective or whatever as someone who's from here, who's been here, continues to be here.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, whoever you are, Barracuda, you've been here in Bushwick the whole time,
Yeah, you've been here longer than any of us.
longer than Silvermane.
And probably longer than anyone.
Well, yeah. I don't know if anyone wants to hear an old man yammer on, though.
Oh. Maybe you could do some special effects, make it more interesting, right?
Well, we'll work out the details. It sounds like we've settled on a plan.
Yeah.
And
All right,
kinda-
load it up or whatever we do.
yeah, I kind of look at Janice and I whisper, it's a really bad idea. But I think Bushwick's Best is a little low on personnel right now.
You want me to?
No, I don't. I don't want anything. It's what you want.
I'll talk to him. Maybe she can make some changes. I think Megan's amenable to doing something different. But if there's a point where our teams two teams fight, I'm out.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, cool.
So, Jeff, you want to do the social media part of this?
Oh, you're muted.
Can't hear you.
I say, sure. I wish we'd done some comfort and support first, but let's do it.
We can back up. I think we've set
Oh.
some
You know-
teamwork stuff here for sure. Yeah.
I think Wildcard and I actually did have a little comfort scene before.
Yeah, for sure. That was that refresh scene there.
Now that I think about it.
That escape reality.
I apologize. A little something has happened. I need to take 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. So the plan, as it sounds, is that Jeff will use his social media expertise to spread this like wildfire. And the hope is to call out Silvermane for a confrontation.
Oh no, a meeting, a discussion,
Ah,
a debate.
a debate. That's delightful. Cool. Good. All right. I think.
Before we go into that, can we grab our spark from our previous refresh
Yes.
scene?
5 for the Dynamo wild card. That was definitely some refreshy stuff there. Are there any refreshes that took place here, or do you guys want to make space for it here? I'm happy to, because Vector definitely needs it.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to split 3 and 2 just to even it up?
Yep, I agree.
Cool.
Sure. How about, let's
I
see
mean,
here.
if Jeff is the one filming the video, could we do Barracuda and Jeff like putting the video together as a refresh scene?
Oh my gosh, I have
That
to have a few
sounds
moments of this.
perfect.
Yes, I agree, but I definitely selfishly want a few moments of old codger and internet savvy Gen Zer making this happen. How does that go?
Oh, I think I start to pull out my flip phone, and Janice is like, "Oh my God, no, Jeff." And so I have her incredibly cute little phone, and it's like I'm like an old person with it because it's not my flip phone, if that makes any sense. I get the framing right and everything, but it is a lot of cussing to get it to do the things that he wants it to do. Yeah, and I think he'll get it set up. Zanai has a stand, Janice does upstairs, but we'll probably put it on one of the stands and stuff. Oh, should we post it so that it's clearly in the Rheingold?
Yeah, I was
Like
thinking that
maybe
like
do this,
the
yeah.
first frame of it is Barracuda at Market Milieu. And he
Yeah.
says, "Hey, Bushwick, it's just one of your friendly local bodega owners found this video, and I think you should see it." And then it's the video, right? Maybe a little bit editing for time because there's like that intro speech. We don't need that. And then we cut to at the end. It's Zanaya's apartment with all of Bushwick's originals and Bushwick's best, like present.
Ooh, so oh, by the way, I imagine this whole meeting, Jeff was Vector.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just now
probably when I
realized.
showed up. I
When you
would have
showed up,
been.
you
Yeah.
oh, so you showed up with Janice as Vector, which Janaya is still trying to figure out. Wow, this Janice, she gets along. I thought she was with Jeff, but now she's with this Vector guy.
No. Last time I actually turned into Vector in front of her.
Oh, right. So she does know. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
So Silvermane, we want to have a debate about what's best for Brooklyn and what's best for Bushwick.
Nice.
And we'll meet you outside the Bushwick. What's that silly castle thing that I found early
Yes,
on?
yes. Let's finally use
yeah.
it. Oh man, we need.
Oh,
It's in the NPC or in the team gen. I know you put it there. It's actually in safety and roller as well. Lispus Cookhouse.
the Lispis Cookhouse.
Yeah, we have to use it. I feel bad that I never actually shoehorned it in. Okay.
No, and I will do a thing where I frame, like I zoom in on his face then, and then we go back with After Effects and add the magic stuff like from the video where it's like going on. Very cool.
Good.
Oh, and then we'll turn that into graffiti at the end.
Oh,
like
graffiti. Perfect.
Graffiti style. So it's Barracuda's old face with his magic effects on brick wall with a painterly style.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, cool. Let's bring it to a roll to see if you like. I think it's less. Does he respond? He has to respond. It's along the lines of, does he counter offer, or is the groundswell of support strong enough to where he can't really do that? Like, he's got to meet you at your own terms. And I think that's gonna. Is he the kind of guy that's gonna give up all that leverage? I think it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna say it's remarkable. You're gonna need 4 successes. The good news is that I don't see how posting a video is like, you're dealing with the internet and therefore tension could be involved. But I think realistically, tension is not involved in the roll. So that's good. But yeah, you'll need 4 successes.
Okay.
Am I making this roll or is Jeff making this roll?
And was that scene a comfort scene?
Yes, it was.
I put 4 to you in the chat. Yep.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I missed it.
No, it's okay.
I didn't know what the 4 to you, Jeff, meant. So
So yeah, who should make the roll?
I feel like it's your expertise, Jeff. I think it was Jeff's expertise, his skill set, and Barracuda's definitely helping, so you can spend.
I will send a spark.
Okay, awesome, thank you. So this is the night. I think certainly gotten everyone together, but I don't know if this is a defense. Is this a defense here? Defense of Bushwick, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'll take those two. I'm grubbing. It is a be normal. This is his daytime job.
Yeah, this is the thing
So,
you do.
and it's probably head. It's probably figuring out the logistics and all the things that
Yep.
are gonna do the things. It's another
So-
3. So 1, 2,
I muted
3.
myself.
So yeah. So I think I've got. And then does it use any of my powers? I think not. So I'm looking at 9 points.
9 dice. That's pretty good, Grubs.
Did you count in my assistance as well?
Yes, and I should
Okay.
put in a spark or 2 of my own. How about 2? Because I'm committed. Oh wait, so that would make it 4.
I like to think that Jeff like cut in, like there's the not flattering imagery that he's using in the thing,
Mhm.
and then like Jeff cuts in like him reflecting the missile and it's not expanding.
Exactly.
Right? Like all the shots of like us actually saving people that were actually
Mhm.
captured on cell phone footage.
Yeah, and every time that they do that, there's like question marks when he says something, and isn't this racist?
Yeah.
And all of these things. So yeah, probably there's like a commentary that goes across the whole thing.
I
So
imagine Olivier has like casually just shared certain links about racism and mutants. The Charles Xavier education of 18 plus years has certainly given him some.
Welcome to part
Philosophical-
42 of my
Yeah.
lecture series on mutants speciesism.
Yeah, exactly.
awesome. Okay, so this is 11 dice. I'm rolling. It could be terrible.
Could be.
Oh, it was, in fact. Look at that.
Wow. 1, 2 successes.
2 out of 11. Because that's my dice with 6s.
Wow, that's amazing.
If someone would do like one of these PBTA games with D10s, I would be in really good shape. But D6s, I will never.
Dang it, D6s.
Dang
Dang
it.
it.
And to get you in some World of Darkness games.
Yeah. I always did very well in those. So.
Excellent. Cool. That's oh, bird XP for rerolls. Not okay. We'll put that down as a it's a thought. That's a thought. I do love the like once the dice hit the table, that's it. Like it's all on the line. But rerolls are nice. So we'll consider. That is definitely worth considering. All right. So you put that out, and there's a small army of trolls that come in and like comment and whataboutism all of it, and they're like taking snapshots and trying to memify it. It's a whole farm, lots of Russian names, and less than 3. But you do receive a response. Silvio Manfredi, nice suit. He says, "You guys want to debate? Of course, I'll be happy to have a debate." Christmas Cookhouse, and he tells like this little side story about his interaction with Christmas Cookhouse because, it personalizes, shows that he's part of Brooklyn, he's part of Bushwick kind of deal. But he agrees to the time, and wow, he just takes it. He takes the bait and says he'd be happy to move there. We're going to have we'll have a few. I'm lucky enough to know a few reporters. We'll have a few people there, cover it in the media. And luckily enough, Carlene Gutierrez has made sure that we'll be on public access for Bushwick. So everyone who wants to enjoy this healthy discussion as we talk about the future of where we live can do so. But it totally feels like he's setting you guys up somehow.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think we will yeah. Cool. So we jump to it's late at night. It's the day before your big meeting, and I'm kind of hard framing because we have technically half an hour, so hopefully everybody's okay with that. So we cut to late at night, and the phone tree for Bushwick's Best, Bushwick Originals who are still left, or Bushwick Originals and the Bushwick's Best who are still left, which have now changed their charter and severed all of their contracts with their business partners and are refocusing their business efforts, and have also brought in a new partner. You guys get the notification that there are fires burning, and there are several points in Bushwick that are lit up. None of them near really nice places, like some of the more rundowns. There's like a flea market in the corner of, over on Knickerbocker Avenue. There's an area but it's a veritable hell's night that has just cropped up here in the early fall. What do you do?
Well, I guess we gotta help, right?
I get on my phone and send a group chat to all of my unemployed former bike messenger colleagues.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear this.
Tell them the situation with the fires and just say anything you can do to help Bushwick spread out, get the neighborhoods together. Heroes can't solve everything. Help Bushwick, put out the fires. Like, coordinate people.
Nice. Yeah, Dynamo, the first thing you get back is they're like, okay, but there's like supers doing this shit.
Ooh. Then don't. I take all that back. Which supers?
Yeah, you get back a pic of the Human Torch streaking over a particular area, and then you get another from a guy in like this yellow and red costume, who's got flaming like blonde hair and a domino mask, and those are the two that they've got so far. I've heard there's more.
Olivier?
Yeah.
Your friend, our friend Johnny, is setting things on fire here, along with some others. Do you know why he would be doing that?
I'm going to assume that the same guy who mind controlled us earlier is probably messing about now. We should be moving. I dial Sue's number on my phone.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I still tell the messengers to like don't engage the supers, but like if people need help putting out fires, the fire department's not going to be able to take care of all of it. Just like get the community together, get people out if you need to. But yeah, stay safe.
Cool. What about Jeff?
I don't know. I think he would probably go to any of the sites that he knows that there would be people
Hold
on
on.
there.
Let's pull
Right.
back for a second.
Yeah.
Does Jeff wake up in his room?
Mm.
Inquiring
Good
minds
question.
want to know.
I think so, because I think this evening was dedicated to Janice being like freaked out about like maybe she's going to be a super and
Nice.
us trying to get the suit all set up, and more just that sort of like, yeah, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. I like it. Seems appropriate.
So, but yes, he probably, of the places that he knows, if he knows that there were people in those buildings, or people in buildings next to those things, going there just to see if he could help,
Cool.
Well,
because he has good
Sounds
perception.
like I have to go to this debate.
Wait, it's not happening at the same time, is it?
Nope, it's the night before.
Oh, the night before.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
He's
I was
tiring
like,
us
put out some
out.
fires
It's
then.
Freddie
Does.
tiring us
Okay.
out, is using up our resources. That's what's going on. So it's definitely that. That's what Jeff says. Goddamn Freddie. Which is like really foul language from Jeff. So.
Yeah, Janice is like,
I know.
wow, I've never heard
no.
you.
Sorry.
Oh, it's
Mark, did you freeze?
Oh, Mark is frozen.
Oh no.
Very
Oh
pensive.
no, man, Freddy got Mark. All right.
The worst.
Because I was about to be like, well, Barracuda's going to follow Dynamo because I just haven't had a scene with Dynamo in a little while, so I want to do that. Give it a second, I guess.
Okay, we'll just let's pause for a minute.
All good.
All right, cool. Mark's rejoined us. The internet is being friendly for now. So yes, there are at least 2 superpower beings that are stoking these fires, and Dynamo has taken it upon herself to reach out to her people and get them helping. And they're racing around on bikes with a little bucket brigade. Bucket brigade. That's great. All the bees.
And Dynamo is using her super speed, zip, zip, zip to do the same. Just like, go over here, like, check in over here. You guys are doing great. Okay, check in over here, other side of town. Just like pushing the speed power to the max. Just like blue streaks all over Bushwick.
Awesome. Yes. It's so good. So blue streaks all over. I think there was a moment, Dynamo, where you streak straight into where there is one of the aforementioned people who were setting fires, who is going to try to stop you.
Mhm.
Here, I love this picture. This is a good picture. Hold on. Stop doing that. Don't do that. Here we go. Yeah, this is a good pick of this particular character.
Haha, yeah.
Pyro.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Pyro's the kind of D-bag that would be a pyro for hire. I mean, let's
Yeah.
be honest here. Cool. And he says, "Oh, well, look what we have here. Moist a little bit. Oh, look at you. You look like you've been a little toasted yourself." Electricity and fire, they work well together.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. Let's not get hit by fire.
That sounds good, because he's
yeah.
going to burn you. So you guys are diametrically opposed at this point. Tension is definitely involved in this role.
Mhm.
I'm sorry to say that he wants to burn you.
Yeah. Great. I am. Yeah. Oof. Oh, do I do it now? Can I do like a speedster whirlwind type of deal?
You could certainly try. That sounds
Just
like an excellent
run
idea.
around where he is and turn it into like a fire tornado that can be controlled somehow.
Oh, that sounds amazing. If Flash can do it, so can we.
Yeah.
I do
And
think
he is a mutant, not just a guy with like a flamethrower, right?
he is certainly a mutant. He also has
cool.
a flamethrower. He can't
Cool.
produce fire. That's the thing I love about Pyro. He
Ah.
can control fire. He can't
Right.
produce fire. So he always has a Zippo, but right now he's loaded up. Like he's got
Yeah.
2 freaking tanks, one of which is still full, and he is ready to rock and roll for
Cool.
all the monies. So
Let's do a fire tornado and try and like get him in it and maybe try to bring him down.
I think this is going to be an amazing difficulty.
Yeah.
Because if you pull it off, you stop him, you're stopping a great deal of the accelerant for the fires.
That's 6.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Cool. So let's see what we got. Feel like I'm being a brick.
Seem bricky.
That's definitely being super. Feet for sure. Do I get dice for my power?
2 dice.
That's is that 11? No, there's 2, 3. Yeah, that's 11.
Nice.
And I will throw in 2 spark. You get a lucky 13. And this does have tension.
It
Clearly.
certainly has tension. It
All
has a
right.
lot of tension. It's all the tension I can throw at it.
So that's 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. There we go. Great. Let's see how that fire tornado goes.
Let's see. Good luck.
Ooh,
Not
1,
look
2,
masterful,
3,
but those 4s are
4,
helping.
5.
5 successes, and the
Mhm.
difficulty, I believe, was a 6.
6. Yep. Make sure I'm not missing any 4s again.
Yeah,
1,
yeah,
2,
yeah.
3,
Keep
4, 5.
moving.
Yep. Cool. And I hit 3 spark because there's 3 1s there.
Oh goodness, this is painful. Okay, so let's talk
Yeah.
about it. You fail to. I think you start the tornado,
Mhm.
right? You start up the tornado. Everything. Yeah. Here's the deal. Yeah. So you start the tornado. You're starting to draw in all the flames. We see some flames are quenched in one of the buildings that Pyro was firing up. Were you circling around Pyro himself?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, so he's like, he throws a few flames out, right? And then you're going faster, as fast as you've ever gone.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden someone steps in the way, someone who's 7 feet tall and brown with this big freaking helmet, and he just steps and leans in, and you go bang and just bounce right the hell off of him. So it's pretty smart when you just boom, and then all the winds start to die down. And yeah, then there's a guy who's just thick as trees and immensely strong, and he says, "Stay down. Just stay down, Missy. It'll all be over soon."
I think Mo exits the scene very quickly. Yep.
Probably a good call. And Pyro's
I'm like,
well,
take a snap of that first, and then yeah, get out of the area. Send the pick to the team. The
Pyro
multi
looks
team.
over at him.
Yeah.
Chucky, we're having fun here. Okay. Sweet. So let's go cut to
Thanks.
Olivier. Olivier, as you come out into the streets, you see the Human Torch streaking overhead. You also hear the sounds of multiple, like they're calling all of the fire departments. They're coming from throughout Brooklyn and trying to center on this because of how much is burning down.
Yeah, I think Johnny he sees Johnny up there, and Olivier calls Sue like on a communicator and like attaches it like to his side, so it's on speaker as he's starting to kind of use listen things to get up higher to get closer to Johnny, but he's got Sue dialing on speakerphone.
Nice. Yeah. Sue says, "Future Foundation." Sue. Oh, it's Johnny. I'm sorry. No, it's Solly. Hey.
Hey,
It's
so-
it's like 4.
Yes, someone, I don't know if you were informed or not. Quick story time. Your brother and I went out, got drunk, got mind controlled by Mr. Negative to do some bad things, and now I think he's currently under mind control as he's burning down most of Bushwick. And like he's like saying this as we see him like grabbing onto things and lifting himself like through like window ledges and things like up onto rooftops.
Shit. Okay. Franklin's out. Jen's in LA. Okay, so Ben and I were on our way.
Yep. I'm gonna do what I can right now. And then we just see like Wildcard leap off of somewhere, like trying to grab at Johnny.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Guess what? Johnny wants to burn you.
Yeah.
He does not want to be caught by you because he somehow knows that you would steal his powers.
Mhm.
So, I think we should take this to a roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I'm not entirely sure this is a wild card thing.
Yeah. No, this seems like a unwildcard thing to do. Unfortunately. Yeah. I think this is a super thing. I'd say this is probably feet or hands, feet or hands.
Yeah, I could see feet or hands. Either one you can make a case for.
6. I am intending to use my powers. Does that, I know like the action is not necessarily powers, but I'm intending to use my powers. How do we feel about that?
Like broaden it
Yeah.
to how you're using the powers. Like it's a 1-2, right? You're trying to grab
Yeah,
hold of him
exactly.
in order to try to steal his powers. Therefore, you can bring that in.
All right, so that's a 7. Remind me, where are we at difficulty?
Oh yeah, it's time for the difficulty. I think that Johnny Storm is going to be an incredible difficulty. You'll need 5 successes.
Cool. I'm gonna spend 4 spark.
All right. Isn't there a part of you that just wants to fail? Just wants to be burned?
I mean, yes, entirely, 100%. There's an extreme part of Olivier that wants that. We could talk about that at the end. He feels responsible. Yeah, so we're gonna roll 11 dice.
Delightful. Let's see how these dice go. Boop, 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 boop,
There's tension
boom.
involved.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
100%
yeah.
tension. Burning tension. Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3 1s. Oh man. Oh man. What is that look
That's
like?
0
Your
then.
success. So you give me an idea. What does this look like before you steal his powers? Why
Yeah,
does it hurt?
I think we see as he leaps up onto Johnny's back, and we see like the flames are kind of burning Olivier as he reaches out, and it's almost like a hug as he like kind of embraces Johnny in this moment, and we hear him just say, I'm so sorry, Cher. This is my fault. As he takes away his powers and like twists them because they're free falling right now.
Mhm.
'Cause between the burns and things like that, Olivier has the power, and he's just, but his skin is and his body is screaming at him right now. And so he wants to kick off the flames, but can't get it right in this moment to fly. And so instead he like twists himself so he lands like back right onto like the concrete, protecting Johnny from the impact.
Oh, that's so sweet. Ah, nice. Slam to the concrete. It hurts. You still got some spark left, yeah? Oh no, you do not.
No, that's why I'm like, nah.
Oh, that's so good. So good. So good. So good.
I
Sorry.
think he's like partially cognizant, dazed, like on the ground.
Nice. And I think Johnny, you stole his powers, you protected him, but he does pass out from this. Like he's out.
Real quick, I get a memory, maybe? Question mark.
Ooh, you do get a memory. Yeah. I think. What do we get? It's gotta be juicy. And I want to tie back to the fiction we established, not create a new plot thread. Therefore,
Could it be a
But what
possible
if?
location for Mr. Negative?
oh yeah, I like that. Yes,
Because
yes.
I would like to do something to him. if
Ooh,
Sweet.
possible.
It's
It's like,
it's
that's my child you messed with. Thank you.
yeah, Olivier, you get a memory of Human Torch as Johnny. He it's like super late and he's snuck into escape reality. He's just kind of checking stuff out, and then Mr. Negative is there. He just kind of steps out of the shadows, and then there's a flash, and then he's being sent away. Human Torch has been sent away. He like flies out of his little his little trapdoor thingy, and Mr. Negative sits down in the weird throne chair thing in the front and just looks at his phone. He's watching all the
I think,
stuff happen.
I think to help with this desire from Greg along, I think Barracuda suddenly you hear Olivia in your head. He's like, sorry, I couldn't be more help. And then he gets a flash of like the store, Mr. Negative, what Olivier sees, and then he clearly feels Olivier's presence leave because Olivier passes out. And we just have like the shot of the concrete street with like a passed out Olivier, and then on top of him a passed out Johnny Storm.
Barracuda grabs something from underneath the counter and opens a portal. Do we want to have a scene with Jeff in between, or
Yeah, we should have a scene with
Okay.
Jeff in between. So I think it's like it's go time. It's go time. She's like throwing on her suit, and Vector just like vectors up, and the suit is like, are we really going to wait for her? People could die as we are waiting for her to put on this clunky, ill-formed suit.
I will help her get into it because we've been practicing this forever. So it's really
It's
just
nice,
about
and she's like,
holding
okay,
it.
cool, all right, cool. And the suit is like, oh, so we're doing this then.
That's right.
Sweet. And then you guys you fly out of the Rheingold, and gosh, I think we know Pyro. I think Pyro and Juggernaut will be the ones that you will run into because Dynamo had scooted away. So I think you come upon as Dynamo's electricity arcing away quickly, and you overhear the Pyros. Well, come on, we were playing with a bird, and Juggy says, "Come on, just focus on burning."
Oh, focus on burning. I think that's what we need to stop at this moment. So, yeah. I kind of look at Janice and I go, back me up.
Always.
And yeah, I'm going to see if I can, should we say, neutralize the guy with the flames. I don't even know who they are. I don't study these things. So I'm like, whatever. One of these guys. So yeah.
Beetle is calling him out.
Okay, yes, he knows all the names.
Of course. Just got a little HUD.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and I think that when Beetle calls him out and they look up, that's when I blink down to right behind him. I'm see if I can
Mm-hmm.
bring him to heel, so to speak.
Oh my, this is gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. You can be like, Juggy turns around and goes, "It's a freaking Guyver."
That's right. I don't even know what that means.
Wait, Sherry knows what that means, right?
yes, I know.
Oh,
what
thank
it means.
God. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because Jackie will be like, I've never fought a guy for it's so cool. I don't know if it's a
Alright.
cosplay thing or whatever, but I like it.
All right. And yeah, okay, good. He swings at me.
Mhm.
All right. So that's it. I think that since I will say knight probably trying to defend the city. This is super. So
Mhm.
that's 2. Stats, this is going to be speed, probably is essentially it because that's how my deflection works.
Yeah.
And I am specifically using deflection. What I want to do, if this goes well, is that I will deflect his blow to hit the other guy.
Ooh, neat.
Yeah. So, and so all of this is just my suit calculating exactly where I need to kick him to send that blow to hit this other guy for maximum impact.
That's amazing. See if you can misdirect a juggernaut's attempt to mash you to take out Pyro.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds delightful, and I think it is I think this is a 2-for-1, so tension's involved, and I think this is monstrous. Now, it would be monstrous, but Beetle is flying in and trying to help you, and so she is going to reduce your difficulty down to incredible.
Okay.
Later versions of her suit, maybe she'll be able to take things down further, but at this point, she's still figuring it out. Okay.
So I'm at 9 right now. I can, let's see here, and I need an incredible, you said?
The
look that up.
difficulty is went from monstrous to incredible, so 5. You need 5 successes.
So I got 9. So I spend 2. And that gives me 11. In theory, I should be able to do it, but it is me.
It's true.
Okay.
These are 6-siders.
Exactly. Oh well, but it's 11 again. So this is their chance to redeem themselves, right?
Yeah.
Jesus. I could put more in. I'm assuming there's lots of tension.
Oh goodness, yes.
So I'm just gonna go for 2.
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh wait, that looks hopeful.
Oh, that
1,
looks
2, 3, 4,
amazing.
5, 6, but 2. So I'm down to 0.
Oh.
But
Yeah. You're
But
down
I
to 0
do-
in Spark, but you succeed in taking out Pyro via Juggernaut. That is amazing. Yeah, I think you redirect and you have all these angles and the vector finds out perfectly, and every bit of that centrifugal force of his fist and the follow through slams right into Pyro, sends him flying. He goes through like storefront window and like splashes right into Dweebs, like just tumbles all in there and destroys the front area. The Dweebs and a few drones come around to like start cleaning up the glass and stuff. That is,
so they're actually useful on occasion. Okay.
yeah. Yep. One of them's got a little like Roomba vacuum clean, and there's got a dustbin thing, and they're all just like cleaning it out. And Pyro is out, and Juggernaut is not out. It's just more like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, and I think it's just the Juggernaut who's just a fish guy. I probably do the signal for Janice, and I like jump up, and that's like we get the hell out of there because I can't.
Yeah, he can't
Yes.
burn anything. He can just
he
mash
can't burn
stuff.
anything. Right.
Cool. Yeah, so you and Janice fly out, and I'm going to give the last bits here to Greg. We are unfortunately at time. I'm terrible at managing time. I hard frames and still did a terrible job because I can't help myself with Pyro and Juggernaut. It's all my fault. I'm terrible at things. But Greg, you step through a portal and come to the other side to face something.
And I think it's directly in front of escape reality. right? That I walk out and I have to hobble a little bit through the portal. And I take the keys out and I shake the ageless keys of Constantinople, which open every door. And I open up the thing to see Mr. Negative there. And I don't even wait for him to say anything when I whip out Hammer Bros chain hammer and shoot it across the room at him as hard as I possibly can.
Amazing. So let me check in. We know this, Greg, is the last time that you will be able to make it. I'm perfectly happy letting you fold this into your epilogue. If as long as you're okay with Mr. Negative being possibly taken down by Barracuda, not Wildcard.
I think Barracuda gets taken down by Mr. Negative. I think
okay, cool. Happens. So tell us how this goes.
So that the chain hammer goes across, and not knowing Mr. Negative's powers very well. See, yeah, he's like not even in that spot. As the chain hammer goes through, and y'all could deal with the fallout of the damage to port escape reality. And Mr. Negative comes in and decks him once across the face. And there's a little prolonged fight of them scuffling into the counter. The doorbell thing goes off with the final four. And Mr. Negative just reaches in and Barracuda slowly just sort of fades out from reality.
Terribleness. Just fades out of reality. Where did it go? And I think that's where we'll stop this session. Let's quickly run through our end of session stuff. So did you clash with someone who threatened your neighborhood? Yes. Did you protect the citizens of your neighborhood? Yes. You guys went out of your way to do that. Did you defeat a villain or have a conflict with your rival team? Yeah. 3 XP for everyone. And then let's go around the horn. Greg, did Barracuda struggle with his normal day-to-day obligations?
I don't know if I did this time, but yeah.
Did you support another teammate when they needed you?
Yes.
Wildcard, did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations?
I think so. I think sort of we have this scene of him kind of trying to like juxtaposition of like living this life and just being a person and getting drunk with a friend versus getting taken over by someone else and then relaying it and realizing like he can't help in that situation.
That's terrible and awesome. Love it. Did you help someone when they needed you?
Yes, kind of. Johnny needed me. I knocked him out and he needed me to do that.
There you go.
So he can do more bad things.
Maybe. Sure. I didn't frame you in a whole lot of scenes with others. And you did have the refresh scene. So that's a little bit of helping others too. Cool. So Dynamo, did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations?
I don't know that I did struggle with them.
Yeah, I'm okay. Did anyone have?
I didn't struggle with. I mobilized them.
That's true.
True.
You certainly did.
Not a struggle.
Okay. And then did you help out someone when they needed you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. And then last but not least, Vector, Jeff, did you struggle with your day-to-day obligations?
I would say that feeling of helplessness with Monique's grandmother. Yep, I think so. That's sort of, oh God, this is gonna go bad if we can't figure this out. So
good. I agree. And did you support another teammate when they needed you?
I think so. I tried. Yes, I was
Cool.
there for Barracuda for his internet debut
All right, we are.
and his finale, unfortunately.
Oh.
So,
I'll just throw out wishes. I wish Greg's schedule was better, conducive to playing more. But that's okay. It's not an obligation. It's for fun, and when you can make it work. We're at time. If anyone needs to go, please go. If you want to stay and throw out some wishes, Greg, you don't get to throw out wishes though.
No wishes.
Yeah, so they shan't be granted.
And you can give your final stars, though.
That's true. That's true.
And your final words.
Your final words.
Oh yeah, what were Barracuda's last words?
Oh
Post
yeah,
credits.
we should put it on. As he's being wiped from reality by Mr. Negative, he shouts, "I'm tired of you rich assholes ruining my city."
Yeah, those are good last words.
Yeah.
Okay, who'd like to kick off wishes? Just a frame. We'll pick up with this resolving this fight, but within next session, I definitely want to do a new block roll, because it's playtest, and also because that'll frame our last few sessions of the series.
I will put myself next on wishes with no wishes, just so I get to go last with stars.
Oh man, I think I think I'd need several things to kind of just come to a head with Wildcard. I think he's in a not great place. He is fully going to blame himself for Barracuda's quote unquote death. He sent Barracuda in there, and Barracuda died, as far as he's concerned, and that's his fault. So I think we're looking to a tailspin Wildcard kind of breakdown of some sort. And I would love to mess around with that. Megan looks to Mo at, the first thing she did was look and talk to Mo at the meeting. The whole thing with Charles getting used, he feels responsible for Johnny, then getting taken advantage of, then this happens, and then he feels he's led Barracuda to his death. So I would love to play with the fact, downward spiral.
Oh, poor guy, you're in a bad way.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you for those wishes. We will definitely do our best to give them some light. Who else has wishes?
Still looking for a cyborg fight.
I'm sorry, which fight? I coughed.
Cyborg fight.
Cyborg fight. We'll just start right off with that. Don't forget to flashback, because you will need things.
Yeah.
Sherry, what about you? Any wishes?
I would love to have a like sort of tag team scene with Janice, if that makes any sense. Yeah.
Cool. I like it. All right, you went last with wishes. You get to go first with stars. Sherry.
Oh, this was I really liked the arc into darkness for Olivier. It's like very earned in a way of like all these bad things happening and you being there on the periphery. And of course, at that age, you are 100% guilty of everything that happens in your life. You know it. You're the center of the universe. So it was like completely, absolutely the way that should work out. And it is a comic book arc that I love and always adore reading. So love it. Carried it off perfectly. Barracuda, my wish is that somehow we can carry out the rest of this in the spirit of Barracuda, of the old tired man who's just sick of this shit. I think should become sort of the kind of theme for us getting like slogging through this thing. It was so good. It was always just so good. Yeah, definitely. And I definitely want to do the thing that actually would probably be the most effective, which is to be the one backing Mo up for the final fight with Cyborg. Like,
Yes.
It's not like I should be there. It's just I need to be making it so that Mo can be there, or so Monique can be there at the top of their game. So.
Excellent. Mark, did you have any stars?
Yeah, everyone as usual, super good. Love the Mavolio ending. That's just really great. I think it was such a great story beat for Mo to get beat down in that last fight and have to take off. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some like emotional fallout from that, I think. I really liked overall just like the texture of the everything that happened, like going from like the big meeting to the little fallouts there to the we're going to set up this thing, but then no, there's a thing we have to take care of. Just like great variety, and all just like guided very well all around. So yeah, really enjoyed it. I love seeing Beetle and Vector teaming up a little bit. That's super fun, and just Olivier being Olivier.
Indeed, Olivier. You're up next then, Kay.
Yeah, Olivier being Olivier. Statement never more true. Absolutely loved Mark Dynamo calling in the bikers. I thought that was phenomenal. I loved the intelligence of her, like knowing when to back down. Essentially, I think that's a lacking quality in many hero characters. Point guard Olivier. Knowing sometimes a retreat is the best choice is great. Also, I love just her shrugging when Olivia is like, speedsters are kind of a dime a dozen. Like, no offense, fam. Her response was great. Loved that. Sherry, oh god, Jeff is so fucking cute. I love him. I love him and the suit back and forth, and the suit gel, their interactions and relationship, him helping her don the outfit. It's so good. Jeff is just I just want to pinch his little cheekies and take him out to lunch and be like, order whatever you want, sweet child. Just like, he's so good. What can I Barracuda, Greg, you're lovely to play with. I think you've been in almost all of the games I've ever played with Rich, so I've truly been spoiled many a time. You will be missed, and I hope you and your Dracula Night of the Round Table in space go fantastically. Rich, as always, you're one of my favorite GMs to play with. Your voices and your character choices kill me regularly in the best of ways. You brought out Pyro, and I think I literally posted in chat something like, "No, I am weak." And yeah, your accents are on point. Your plot points are on point. The only thing I have to ding is the fact that I cannot always play with you. That's just societally unacceptable.
Makes me sad too.
Oh, but yeah.
Thank you. Greg, bring us home.
I will go last with stars. Everyone, of course, has stolen most of them. Rich, I really enjoyed the I know it's kind of it was part of a play testing. The block roll table was excellent, has fueled things greatly. It has the hallmark of something I want to steal for one of my own designs that never leaves Google Drive. So I love it. And I loved the wild card and Professor Xavier scene. Was so good. I hate this Professor Xavier so much. I hope he comes back and is more frustrating for everyone involved. I loved Jeff's social media. I loved that just carrying through the entire series of a bunch of clueless superheroes not knowing how to fit in with the real world. I love the cat adoption. I missed wherever the session, I guess, where Mo and her mother lived in together, I guess. Is that what happened there? Okay. So sad. I hope she gets a cat. And then, yeah, Mark, I love Dynamo meeting Juggernaut, which is one of the first like X-Men of this series that I've been like, hey, I know that one from the description.
Yay.
But I love you going,
See ya.
Noping out.
And then Vector coming in and successfully redirecting Juggernaut was a great that's how you deal with that. Excellent series. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I will let you all know if something happens and maybe I can fit in another session, but I would be coming back probably as alternate universe Barracuda or something different. Cool.
What is Barracuda backwards? Like, no, I went to do the like anagram work or something.
Add a record.
Anagram. Oh, that sounds very Alucard to me. I like it. Thank you guys so much. This has been a wonderful playtest. Thank you for helping me get to the ladder and also playtest the new ideas and notions. You've been incredibly helpful. Greg, you've been as amazing as I would expect. I mean, you just so good, and then you always like higher next level. It's so fun. I've loved this series. I can't wait to do a few more, but this puts a pin in this particular group. Things will be slightly different for our remaining few sessions. And so thank you all for playing, and thanks to anybody who's been watching. We'll stop it here.